Hello everyone! We are in front of our building in Kuzguncuk. But today we are going to see and taste one of the most famous Turkish street food, kokoreç. And we are going to Çengelköy to eat that. We are in Çengelköy. Çengelköy is like one of the Bosphorus villages of Istanbul. It's like this is the bridge and Kuzguncuk is at the other side of the bridge. Çengelköy is like famous with its cucumber and beautiful area. There are so many TV shows shot in Çengelköy when I was a child. But lately, Çengelköy is famous with kokoreç and mussels. And we came to visit one of the best ones here. So let's go. We are in a place named Paşa Kokoreç. Probably one of the best of the kokoreçs in Istanbul. We are going to learn how to make kokoreç and then go back to kitchen and make a vegan version of it. But first we need to learn how to make it and show you the master. We are eating our kokoreç with, of course, turşu and ayran. And what I learned from Ahmet Usta, the master Ahmet, how to make them. First, this is lamb intestines, and they are rolled around the lamb fat. I know when you think about intestines, first, are you eating intestines? Yes, we are eating intestines. Before that, they are like soaked in water for a couple of days, and they are washing inside out for several times, and they are totally clean. And they are cooking on coal around 2 to 3 hours. It's first cooking, and then they are slicing them, cooking on plate again. If you want İzmir style, it's big chunks with cumin, or if you want the traditional one like me, it's with tomato and red pepper, and cooking again, and coming in bread. What we are gonna do, because it's probably impossible for you to find intestines around the world, we are going to make a vegan version of it, so everyone can enjoy this. So the non-vegans or non-vegetarians can come and eat in here, the best one. But for the vegan ones, we're going to make in the kitchen with Mushroom and Erkan and Hande, our testers, is going to try. This is one of the most famous places in Çengelköy. The name is Under the Plane Tree because this tree is around 800 years old. It's even before Ottoman. You can bring your breakfast here. You can get the tea or any drinks from here, but you can bring your own food here. You can order from here, but like this is one of the most famous places in even Istanbul for breakfast. The thing about this shark is about kokoreç, and when I was a child, like the negotiations started to Turkey for be a member of European Union, and the kokoreç was a thing because Europe was saying like it's not really hygienic you to like selling in the streets like that, and like it was a thing that we can ban kokoreç. but Mir Kelam, he made this song about it. It's actually a love song, but it's telling from like about like it's kokoreç. So like we and kokoreç can't be apart from each other. So we are not giving up kokoreç, something like that. And about kokoreç and mainly about all of the offals like kidney, heart, brain, we eat all of them. And I think like there's an animal, we took its life to eat it, so maximizing the like using the offals as well, I think it's more fair and honest way to take a life. But we are going to make a vegan version of it, so maybe European Union accepts that. We are back in the kitchen. Before we start to cooking, Refika is great. She's not sick. She recovered very well. But she's now on vacation, so it was a really busy season for us. I was here for another week, so stage was empty. So I filled in to make another video because your comments was so lovely. All of them was really encouraging. So I said, why not another video? So now we are starting our vegan kokoreç. To start with, we have around half a kilo mushrooms. Any mushrooms would do. Like they are making the kokoreç. First, we need to, I don't know, charcoal, barbecue, brown the mushroom. To do that, I'm gonna halve each of them so I can have a surface to make them brown because they are round. Meanwhile, I have a cast iron pan. It's gonna heat really, really much. After cutting them, like as you can see, it's really hot. I'm putting them like this so they can brown evenly, like kebab, like on the mangal, as they are doing. The thing is, I'm not like making full of pan, so mushrooms won't like release their juice and become soggy. I'm gonna make them in 2 batches, and it's gonna take a few minutes. As they brown, I flip them and add the other batch. If they are too dry or your pan is not greasy, you can always brush with any oil. Now they're almost ready, really brown. So this is the time of my show. I hope I can make it. But what I learned from Furkan, because Furkan also, his uncle has 2, kaç dükkanınız var? His uncle has 2 kokoreç shops. Furkan Kokoreç. If you go to Bursa, if you go to İnegöl, visit. After eating your köfte, of course. And he worked there for years, so he's slightly better than me. So I have a half of bread, and I'm gonna use the bread as, I don't know how to say, yeah, it's like a shield. Then I'm going to chop them. And it's gonna get a little messy, but I'm going to collect them with my bread. Traditionally used by this knife. If you visit Turkey, I'm sure you saw this knife because like some says it's onion knife, some says it's kebab knife, some says it's Middle Eastern chef knife. But in every shop you can see this. So this is used to do this chopping, and you can collect them again with the knife and chop again. Abi! As you can see, our knife is really successful. This is kind of ancestor of this. So you can easily make choppings with that. And you can put your name on it. It's on Etsy. As you can see, I chopped them very well. So they are really small, but now we have lots of surface area. So we are going to cook them again like they do in the kokoreç. As they are cooking, I'm going to add some olive oil. First, like, they're gonna be sandwiches with somun, of course. I'm going to like open them like this. We can take the inside, but I always prefer with that. This is half. You can have like this your kokoreç, or there's also quarter.
So you can have your kokoreç with this amount as well. And what you need to do, take the inside like this. So this is the bread part. While they are getting really cooked, I'm going to slice a tomato, but like probably 2 slices will be enough for 2 sandwiches. And I'm going to cook the tomatoes as well, just a little bit, right next to mushrooms. And now, of course, onion. The traditional one with onion, tomato, pepper, and spices. And I'm taking back the tomatoes and chop them as well. Now we can finish the kokoreç. They were on low heat. We are going to add some more olive oil. If you want, you can use butter in here as well, but we are making a vegan one, so we are not using butter. Of course, salt, a bit red pepper, and here comes the great spices in our cuisines. A kokoreç without cumin, I think it's nothing. Around a level teaspoon cumin and a heaped teaspoon oregano and paprika, sweet or chili, whatever you want. It's just to give the color. And then we are going to add the peppers, tomatoes, and the onions. Now we are going to just cook it for about 1 minute, and then it's gonna be ready. But before that, we are going to soak our breads on them to get all the flavors. And now, that's not something traditional. I'm gonna add just a splash of water to scrub all the beauties from the pan. And of course, some more olive oil. The original kokoreç has a big chunk of fat inside. So it's usually keep them juicy. Now it's almost ready. What we need to do last, we are going to press the bread so it can get all the flavors. Now we can fill them in. Okay, now it's time for our kokoreç judges to judge my kokoreç. Of course, Erkan,
Hello.
he eats kokoreç in every 2 weeks. And Hande,
Maybe a month.
and Furkan, the kokoreç guy. Furkan kokoreç. Okay,
Oh my god, baby. Oh my god, delicious.
Very delicious.
I might be put the
Koyun artık.
vegetables too much because I think usually they don't have this much pepper and tomato. It's a vegan one.
Görüntüsü aynı, tadı da aynı.
Tadı aynı.
Sadece
Tadı aynı.
aynı.
Birebir
tadı.
aynı.
benziyor.
Gerçekten aynı.
Sadece dokusu gerçek kokoreçte daha sert ve böyle gırç gırç bir şey oluyor.
That's what I don't like about kokoreç and all the offals, like. But the texture of, like, it's not soft.
Sakız.
It's like
Sakızın.
lastic.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like about waffles. As you can see, another week, another recipe, and we nailed it. Thanks for the idea to the Refika because it was her idea, Furkan's execution, and my performance. I hope you liked it, my second video. I'll be still waiting your great comments. Have a nice summer. But before that, don't forget to like the video and subscribe, of course. And you can also comment about what would you like to see in Turkey or maybe some summer places for this summer. And we can make for you. That's it. Take care. Bye. Bye. Happy